constant throughout the entire lineup. There is no difference between the basic model or your most expensive. They all use the same smart hub. No more of the one guy gets internet, the other guy gets non-internet with Skype and so on. Everybody gets the same thing.
And even the same interface in the Blu-ray players and the whole box.
Yeah, so in that stuff, all the HDID.
So here's the new interface for smart television for 2012 model.
They all have browsers. The only thing they don't do is Skype and social TV. Yeah, TVs have everything. Okay. Now the difference here would be that here it would be optional Skype camera, whereas some of the models have the built-in cameras. Okay. The main thing too that you'll notice is we've reduced the amount of recommended apps. We've kind of focused it more towards the essential stuff and stuff that people are actually wanting at the moment. It's not just recommended, it's we say, yeah, recommended, but this is what you guys really want. So we're going to put it there as a quick access. Quick access being like video on demand. Video on demand is huge right now. The amount of hits that we had last year for those apps is astronomical. Started off slow, but just skyrocketed once things like Cineplex and Cinema Now hit the market. So this year we feel that it's going to be really big because there's more on there. Guys like Dell and Rogers are also creating apps to do video on demand service as well. Even stuff like National Film Board of Canada. They're actually in the process of launching. We've got a preview of it. We put it on our 2011, so everybody knows we're still supporting 2011. But yeah, that, again, National Film Board of Canada, great because there's a lot of French and English content, documentaries, movies, you name it, right? The other thing too is our signature series apps, which you'll find right across the main screen. Those are the larger icons. Those are ones that you can't move or change. They will be changed depending on if Samsung feels that they're not being used by the consumer, then they can do updates to put something else in instead. But these are ones that are actually designed specifically for easy use and quick access. So obviously the Samsung App Store, that was huge last year. It's obviously continuing. We have the largest application-based TV in the industry, so there's 350 apps available right now. There's more on the way as well, but that is growing daily, including more and more video on demand services, as we said. So, in tying in with that, last year we had your video on our own smart video. It was right here. Okay, but the problem was that people really didn't know what it was. We kind of always went to the search menu and that's it. Well, this year we feel that it's going to be really tied in more closely with your video on demand services. So the cool thing about this is actually clicking on it and actually you can choose an actor, you can choose a director, you can choose a movie. Just type the name in. It'll automatically search every single one of your video on demand services and find the most inexpensive rental or to purchase if you have it on Netflix or not, things like that. Rather than you actually accessing each app or going online and searching individual sites, this will actually enable you to access that in one shot, and it's lightning fast. Okay. The next thing is obviously Family Story. So this is new for 2012. Family Story is basically a way for the consumer to use cloud service. So it is a cloud-based system. Basically, you're able to do approximately like 1,000 photos, throw them onto that cloud, and access that information anywhere in the world, or give permission to other people. If you have family overseas, you want them to see your photos, just give them the password. They can log in anywhere on the computer and see all their photos right off the cloud. You can even give access to like a mobile device. Just say, as long as you're Android-based, give them the password, you can watch it on your phone. Okay, so that's a great little feature, and we feel that that's going to be big this year for us as well. The other thing they're focusing in on obviously is fitness. Koreans love fitness, so fitness is that's a great little thing. We've kind of played around with it a bit. I'll just kind of throw it on the screen for you guys to kind of see what it's all about, if it actually works. If you think about so essentially what you're doing is just create your profile, put in your information, how old you are, how much you weigh, that kind of stuff, and basically it'll kind of semi-design like workout regimen for you, and you can actually put in stuff that you're eating with your mobile device. You can type in like and that information automatically gets put into the system and calculates it all for you. It tells you how many calories you've had, it tells you how much exercise you've done. It'll link to your GPS, so as you're moving with your phone, it's actually calculating how much calories you burn in your body, whether you're running or walking. And yeah, it's really, really cool. So it's basically like having your own personal trainer in your home. So,
enough exercise.
yeah, it'll be like, hey, you know what? You got to stand up on that couch and get moving. Exactly. They've also designed a kids signature app, which is kind of neat. It's a learning tool for kids, probably around the age of 1 to 7, I would say. So teaching them how to read, it'll teach them the alphabet, it'll have fun games, interactive stuff. It'll even let them, earn brownie points. Give them like little sticker books that they can do online and scrapbooks and stuff like that. So something for the kids to kind of use a smart system as well. And our social TV continues. Again, that was the biggest thing we had last year. People that love that social media, they love that feature because it doesn't take them away from viewing their TV. They can interact with their friends. They never have to leave their actual viewing device. Which if you were to access it through an app, you would lose your picture. Right? You'd only get the actual screen of the.
Can you bring that up on the screen?
Sure, absolutely.
You can add keyboard or something that you can. This there wasn't before, but any smartphone or an iPad can download that.
So that comes up alongside your.
Sorry?
That comes up alongside your input.
I'm watching. Yeah, I'm watching whatever. It could be just basic cable at a 10.
Pretty cool.
It'll show me what I'm watching, and then I can still see what I'm doing. Now, again, you can change the different multiple views that it has, so you can go to full view, and it'll just be working in the corner. So when you do get a message that somebody sent you a tweet, it just, you got a message, right?
How do you type back?
I'm sorry?
How would you get a keyboard? Can you put a keyboard on it?
Yeah, you can do a multitude of different ways. The option that we offer this year is a couple options. One is obviously the main remote. If you click on it, it brings up a keyboard, and you have to kind of do it that way. My favorite way is through my mobile, because if I can actually download the Samsung app on the phone, like so. And I believe I have it synced there anyway.
Android based again?
It will work through the fruit company as well, but yeah.
Just gotta ask.
Okay, and
Basic, as far as I know, anything except black.
so that's my remote control. Essentially, it's pretty close. Like there's my channel up and down, my smart hub, and all that, and there's my other fruit company. Now, if I click on something that I want to type, what happens is it automatically sends over the signal, and my keyboard pops up, and I just start typing from here, or my tablet. Okay. There are also wireless keyboards that we make now with full TV remote on it and your full keyboard. And it's a mini version.
Compatible with last year too.
No, not the keyboards, right? No.
You're talking the 8000 series remote, or are you talking a separate keyboard?
This one's a separate keyboard. You'll see it on the back there. There's a display for it.
But you've heard no, it's not compatible, right? That's what
So far, yeah, I've heard that it is, but what's about the Wordy from last year is compatible.
Right.
Like everything else is like 3D glasses, almost everything's backward compatible, but don't fit into the keyboard.
Really?
Because the TV last year when we first launched the Smart, they told us that wireless keyboards would work. It happened that they didn't, so we weren't sure what they meant. Now
It's like short track speed skating, but the new one.
eventually I think they will, but so yeah, that's social TV. So again, it gives you that access to keep watching. If you've ever tried to do Facebook on a smart product on a TV, your picture goes away, it's gone. You're in that actual page, you can't do anything. So you're basically using this as a monitor, for like a computer monitor. It's kind of pointless. This way, you're still using it as a TV.
Like that's transparent too. You can see
Yeah,
through the actual text.
yeah. So you can change anything you want, any view you want. Now the other thing quickly is
most recent played videos.
obviously the speed. So if you played with last year's, when you went, it was like really slow. I could just hold it. It's lightning fast this year. Even accessing stuff like the web browser.
Yeah, that'd
Click on
be cool
it,
to see.
and you're in like 2 seconds.
Oh, that's good.
Last year, you had to wait for it to load the page. It just kept saying loading.
Still flash though, right?
It's still flash-based, yeah.
It's flash.
Yeah, it's flash-based.
Oh, that's cool.
So here, again, this is basically using your remote. Now, one thing that's really cool that it's not out yet, that we just learned, the Koreans that are here from Korea brought it in as a test for us to kind of see some cool stuff. And basically what it is, I don't have it on mine, but they have it on display there, is basically an application for your phone that allows this to become your cursor. So it's just a matter of you holding your phone like this, and it uses the gyro sensor of your phone, and you just move the cursor around, tap it, you're in, type, enter, and everything's done from here, rather than using one of these or a full-blown keyboard. This, or with a mouse.
They did it last
Using
year.
this as a mouse.
Right.
That app was available last year.
That's neat.
So they'll show you that there, and it's even voice controlled as well. So you could say, show me Black Eyed Peas, and it would actually search Black Eyed Peas. So you would actually type it all in. So it's all, that's all coming for these TVs, which is really, really cool. Any questions, gentlemen? Now remember, we do still have 10 users. You're able to use up to 10 users per TV. 300 apps each. Yeah. And the cool thing, again, I don't know if you guys knew this from last year, but as soon as you log in, like myself, if I log in here, it logs me into all my other accounts. So I don't have to log into Cineplex, Cinema, Facebook, Twitter. I've pre-done all that through my account manager, so I've entered those originally the first time. Now every time I log into my smart app, it automatically uploads all that information.
But you have to log into your smart app, so your kid can't come in and log into your account.
Exactly. I can create an account for them.
And they can't log into yours.
Yeah, so they can go in and there's just game, and I can restrict it and say you can't see any movie sites, you can't do it. I can restrict anybody's site,
Right.
like especially kids. I can reduce it by parental control, so they only have whatever they are able to see. They'll never be able to access stuff I don't want them to see.
So big difference from last year, because last year, your video, you punch in a search, and it gave you options, but you couldn't do anything with the options. Now you get the options, you log in, boom, you're there.
It's really, really enhanced from last year. It's definitely a much improved system for sure. Me being the one that was actually demoing this last year, you can ask these guys. They were all laughing. I was like this the whole time. Please work. Like I'm trying to demo to the buyers, and I'm like, please work, please work. So because it was very clunky and very slow. I mean, they improved it dramatically with firmware upgrades throughout the year, but this is just night and day difference. So.